Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another adventure weekend. Oh, look at that. We have a little bit of leaf peeping, changing going on in the trees a little bit. So this weekend's adventure is going to be up near Mason Lake in the Adirondacks. I'm kind of like seeking out an off-grid campsite that I think we're going to be able to find. And then we're going to either paddle Mason Lake or head up to Louis Lake. A couple hiking trails and things that we want to look at too. It's a short weekend. Time's going to go by really fast. So we got on the road early and we're on our way up to the mountains. And I don't know, something tells me I'm going to see a bear this weekend. Don't ask me why. And I guess as we pull video and roll tape here, we will follow up as if that actually happens. Well, good evening, everybody. We made it to our camp spot. So we are up in the woods near Mason Lake, and we found this camp spot on a map and we located it. Jim got the fire going. We have camp set up. We opted for 2 vehicles this trip, so that's just how that went. And we got a nice big open camp spot. And as I stated earlier, this might be the weekend where there might be a bear sighting. I just feel like I'm gonna see one. So I am on the lookout for bear. In the meantime, we are just hanging out at the fire. Tomorrow we'll do some kayaking, so we'll be getting some video of kayaking. And this evening we're just gonna have a little bit of soup for dinner when we get hungry. And yeah, we're just gonna enjoy ourselves. It's nice to get out Friday night because it just makes that weekend a little bit longer. All right, over and out for now. All right, today's adventure is paddling Mason Lake. We have made it onto the lake. We're gonna paddle around. It isn't a huge lake. It's very calm water. We are just gonna enjoy ourselves. We'll see what we see. There's a area in the back, almost like a refuge. We stopped there and checked things out. There was lots of birds, so we're gonna go back there and see if we can capture some wildlife shots. And again, we've got that salt and pepper color changing in the leaves here. And there are quite a few people out on the water. So again, I hope everybody else is out enjoying the wonderful weekend here in the Northeast. And we'll see what comes forward on today's paddle. Catch you soon. Appears to be some mercansers. They have brown heads. I like in the springtime, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 5. I'm not sure how close they're going to let me get. In the springtime, when they've got like 30 babies, I'm just going to float in. One's cautious, the other one's just kind of hanging out. you just can't help but roll some film on these beautiful areas. I would say the only bad part about Mason Lake is Route 30, which is a major highway, does go right next to the lake. But we're on the back corner right now, and this is just like the pre-beauty before we get into October for leaf peeping. It's very serene back here. And we saw some mergansers, and Jim saw a fish in the water. We're not sure, probably a bass. We saw a heron. We haven't gotten to the back corner, like the inlet area, so we're hoping there'll be some things over there to see. But oh, just, yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, driving in we saw, I'm not sure what it was. Not a quail, not a pheasant, probably a partridge. I think it was a partridge. Flew right in front of the vehicle. But look at that. How beautiful is that? No bear yet. We're still in search of bear. I think here we have dragonflies, I don't know, possibly laying eggs. See them dancing when they hit the water. Interesting. We're back in a little swampy area back here. I don't think we can paddle much further. That might be the end of the road right there. These ducks are not giving up their prime real estate for even anybody that paddles by. I'm like 10 feet away from them, and they don't have a care in the world. One, two, three, four, five, and we got the rogue over here on the end. She might jump in the water. Oh, they're just sleeping. They're taking a nap, preening themselves. Hello, little girl. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just admiring your beauty. Yeah, you're pretty. We're heading down a back road, doing some exploration. We went looking for a picnic area, supposedly on a map, off of this. It isn't a horrible dirt road, but it started getting kind of rough, and it looked like we still had a couple more miles to go, and we're already about 4 or 5 miles in, so I think we're going to save that for a different day. And I get a little bit of a satellite view on it, maybe attempt it at another time. But we're up in the Speculator area, not far from the Conjamont Cave. Well, we have Saturday afternoon going on, and we've taken a little trip into a town. We found a grocery store that we hadn't been in before, but you know, like all these small town ones, you know, the quality of the stuff is okay, a little expensive, but when you're the only game in town, that's how it is. So I'm gonna take a little video here. We have paddled this lake as well many years ago. This is Lake Pleasant in Speculator, and we're in a little town park. We're just kind of looking around before we head back to camp for the afternoon. Mason Lake was a great paddle. We saw lots of fish in the water. I saw it was a 14 to 16 inch bass. The thing was huge. And we've got some beach over there. The water's already pretty cold. I guess if it was really hot out, you'd enjoy it, but I'm not swimming today. But we have paddled way over there to the shore over there. We've done a good chunk of this lake. And we got a couple of kayakers there enjoying the day. Good evening, everybody. We have gotten to the what are we eating tonight portion of our usual videos. So we have some baked potatoes that are sitting there just waiting. And here we have, this is a grass-fed farm steak. There is a little place on the way between my house and the outskirts of Amsterdam on Route 30. And this is the second steak we've had from there. So we're going to give that a try tonight. And I'm going to try not to overcook it. Oh, the last time we ate this, I tasted that thing for 3 days in my mouth. It was the best steak I'd ever eaten in my life. So I'm hoping that this one, we got some grill marks. I'm hoping this one is just going to be just as tasty. So it's getting to be also that sunset time. And we have some clouds this afternoon. And we'll see if we can get some really nice shots with maybe some orange or pink shades of some sunset clouds in a little while. But between now and then, I'm gonna flip this steak a couple times and I'm gonna have some steak and a tater. Yummy. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning and we're going to do something that we haven't done in a while. So I know it's kind of hard to see on the video, but we've got about an 8-foot drop into the water here on a very small ledge to get some boats in. And we are on, for lack of a better term, I'm going to call this the upper Jessup River. People have gone in and out of here, so I'm assuming that this is somewhat paddleable. We looked on the satellite and about a mile up there's some waterfalls. They didn't look that significant on the satellite, but you never know. So we're going to launch in here today and see how far we get. We might be on the water for 10 minutes. We might be on the water for an hour and a half. Not sure. So I looked on YouTube. I don't see any videos of anybody paddling this upper part of the Jessup River. And we'll be tracking it as we go and do a little trip report when we get back, hopefully safe and sound. All right, we have made it in the water. Nobody fell in yet. This is totally calm. And wow, look how beautiful this is. We are going to see how far we get today. Good chance of seeing a bear back here. I'll be honest, there are moose here, and their rutting season is coming up. Now, I do want to see a moose, but I don't think I want to see one today. So, yeah, that's just my paranoia. Here we go. Okay, here we are on the Jessup. I haven't looked at the Gaia. I think we went maybe not quite a mile. I gotta try to steer here underneath the bushes. Now there is a little bit of a current in here. We hit a big log. We got a sandbar up here we have to get out and try to cross. Not a complete bust. It wasn't as far as we wanted to go, but that's okay. It's beautiful out. And there we go. Okay, this is part of the afternoon adventure. The Gaia app showed some waterfalls on the upper Jessup River, and we ended up hitting a really shallow spot, and we stopped, and we were like, yeah, maybe we'll find the waterfall or not. There was a side road that paralleled the river, and lo and behold, we have found the waterfall. You can see the rocks on the satellite, but you can't really see how significant it is. I mean, I'm not saying that's impossible to go do, but it's not on my list of stuff to get accomplished today. There's a pretty big current in here, and the water out there is probably about 5 or 6 deep. So, yeah, it's very pretty. I'm actually at a campsite, a little campsite back here. A couple little trails, side trails and stuff. I mean, kind of looks like a decent little swimming hole. So, that's getting towards the end of today's adventures. Goodbye, snapping turtle. Good afternoon, everybody. We are just heading into the town of Speculator. Our weekend is over up in this area. So, the trip report for the Jessup River. We were able to paddle up about a mile, and we had to get out on one sandbar and walk a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. And then we ended up driving down a dirt road and finding the waterfall that was actually on the map. And by the time we looked at where we turned around for paddling versus where the waterfall was, then it ended up being, we were in good shape. And I just went by the police, and he is not turning around. And that's a good thing. And so we are now headed home. And the paddle on the Jessup, if I was in the area, I would do it. I wouldn't do that upper portion just to go up there to do it. Because like I said, we were only about a mile. So we're going to drive here, and now I'm all nervous because I went by the popo. It was a DEC officer. He could have pulled me over, I guess.